Hey, what's up, OV Tribe? Thanks for joining me today. Today we are out on a hike as an office and we are loving it, first off. But second, we wanted to do a quick loadout and just show you guys what our gear looks like. We love to do these because it just gets your guys' wheels spinning and helps you see how we do things. First off, I just wanted to talk briefly. This is a prototype pack that we are running. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull things out of there and kind of explain where a few things are on this. But my weight was about 12 pounds before I started adding some camera equipment, my food, and my water. After I added all of my camera equipment, my drone, my 4 batteries, GPS, a few things that I take for safety, some things like that, I was up to 24 pounds with 3 liters of water. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that out. I definitely was overweighted compared to what I typically like to do, but I'll explain why that is. So first off, I've got my tent rainfly here and my tent fly, or my tent body right here. And then I've got my poles just hanging out here on the side. In this side compartment right here, I've just got some random things like spoons and a microphone and my alcohol for my alcohol stove. While on this side, I've got my stove and my GPS. I've got other knickknacks down here. Mainly in those, I've got things like sunscreen and lip balm and snacks and a few things like that. And then what I do love about this pack is just that I can get into it right from there. I've got my drone, which I just about lost. You may see footage from that on a different video over a couple 1,000-foot cliff. Anyways, and then I've got my food. I have a TopQuilt. I'm running a 15-degree TopQuilt, but where I'm gaining some weight is I'm running our big rectangular insulated pad. So this is about 1.5 pounds. And that's just a little bit heavier than I typically want to go. And then with the freestanding tent, I'm about 3. So yeah, that kind of gets me to that 12-pound mark. I did have some long johns and some things. We are in shoulder season still, so I do have jackets and long johns and extra socks and a few things like that. But that's roughly my gear loadout. Without diving too much in, I always have my first aid kit and then also my gloves as well. So I've got shoulder season type of a setup, a 15-degree setup, a big comfortable pad, a nice tent that I'm looking forward to climbing into after a long day of hiking, especially because it's a full bathtub floor and I'm not going to get all of this sand that's around us all over my gear and in my gear. Like I've been getting it in my shoes all day. So anyways, that's my gear loadout. We'll jump over and have the rest of the team go through their gear and just get the wheel spinning for you guys, and hopefully this is super beneficial.
Hey guys, Derek here. In my pack, I didn't really use the front pockets for anything except for my Dragonwool hoodie. I brought that along, didn't want to wear it. It was pretty warm today, but I'm definitely gonna sleep in it and maybe hike in it tomorrow. I just prefer to have a short sleeve t-shirt instead of the long sleeve today. But in the side pocket, I got some first aid type stuff. I've got water bottles. This side pocket actually fit 2 of them, or they're kind of a skinnier water bottle, but I could fit 2 in there. And I actually had the camera tripod it's being used right now on this side. And so my total weight is 24.1 pounds, and that's including all the camera gear I had to bring and carry along with me on the trip, and water and food and everything. So I have got in the front pouches here, these hip belts. I've got some snacks. That's been really handy today. I've loved using those as I've been like, just zip them or unzip them and snack on things along the way. So I also brought a Loft-Tech jacket. It just packs down really nice and small in case it gets cold. But to sleep, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw out this ground sheet, and again, I'm gonna throw a pad, an insulated pad out on top of that, and then I brought the 15-degree quilt. And so I'm just gonna cowboy camp just like that, right out on the ground. I wanna see the stars tonight. It'll be awesome. This is my cooking kit. It's got some oatmeal in it, it's got a pot, and it's got my stove and fuel canister. And this is my toiletry bag, so toilet paper, a couple things like bug repellent and whatnot in there. And then I've got a pillow, and this is just the camera case.
This is my pack. It was about 22 pounds before we started the trip. In the front pockets, I've just got some miscellaneous things like toilet paper and a first aid kit. I've got an Outdoor Vitals inflatable pillow. And then in the main compartment, I have a tarp to go over my sleep system. I'm using an Outdoor Vitals hammock setup. Got a down jacket, my cooking supplies, and then for food I've got some dried mountain houses, some canned fish, emergency blanket and poncho, and my sleeping bag. This goes over my hammock.
Okay, so my total weight, starting out with everything including food, 4 liters of water, and fuel, was 22.2 pounds. Starting on the outside, I'll just go through what I've got. So this is just what I call a possibles pouch. It's got things like a headlamp and mosquito net and some cordage in there, fire kit, etc. And then I got a first aid kit in there, a couple liter bottles of water, water filter, Ziploc bag for trash, little knife, mosquito repellent, little package of wipes, long handle spoon and a fleece beanie. And then main compartment, just got a pillow with a pillowcase on it. My clothes bag, just base layers, that's all that's in there. And a 2 liter platypus with extra water. Food bag, little canister of fuel, little titanium pot with my stove in there, 1 Mountain House Pro Pack, and then I've got a rectangular insulated pad, our Loft Tech jacket, and I've got trekking pole style tent. I just call it like an R&D tent. It's another brand's tent. We often will test other brands, and just so we're staying in with the market. And then 0 degree top quilt, and I believe that's everything.
Man, hair looks good. How'd you sleep, Caden?
I slept really good. It was like solid temperature all night long.
Yeah, did you like the mummy pod? Did you use it around the hammock or just sleep in there like that?
I actually got too warm, and so I put it in the top so that I could unzip it. If I had it all the way around, I couldn't have it zipped up all the way because I got too warm, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Would you have brought anything different in your pack on this trip now that you've, slept overnight and things?
I forgot the bungees for it. That would have fixed it too.
I slept pretty good. I was definitely comfortable enough and warm enough, like warmer than I needed to be with the 0 degree top quilt, but it's nice because those are easy to cool off with a quilt, so even if I'm over quilted. But I did wake up a few times just because I keep sliding. I'm on a little bit of a downhill here, so woke up a bunch of times having to kind of like slide back up. But other than that, like comfort wise and warmth wise, I was good.
Would you have brought anything different in your pack this time?
I probably would have just brought a 15 degree top quilt, but I had already gotten the 0 degree out, and then so we kind of have to share stuff in the office. So other than that, I don't know what I would have done differently. I was pretty comfy. So
how'd you sleep, Tayson?
I slept great. The 15 degree top quilt was a very good fit for what I was doing. I stayed warm, comfortable. I vented, like when I first climbed in my tent at night, it was quite hot actually. Like not hot, but just not your typical go to bed temperature. So I was able to stay pretty vented, and then as the night went on, I slowly
was clicking in the things on the back until I got all the way up to the neck, but slept really, really well. I do love our big rectangular thick pad. It's a little bit more weight for me to carry than some of our other options, but it's just warm and it's comfortable, and I'm a big side sleeper, so sleeping on my side, I just slept super, super well. Like, I woke up a couple times to roll over, and that was about it. So,
Would you have brought anything else or left anything behind on this trip?
well, we knew it wasn't gonna rain, but I never leave the rain fly at home, but I definitely could have left the rain fly and a handful of stakes back at home. That was just extra weight. But other than that, I've used everything. I didn't really use my jacket last night, but I was using it this morning. I went and sat up on those cliffs and just was watching the sunrise, and was using everything. I had my Dragonwool thermals that I slept in last night and threw the pants on when I went up there. But no, there's, other than the rain fly and stakes, which are kind of a safety net, I don't think there's anything I would have changed in my pack setup.